You have to suffer, you have to be, you can choose two paths in life, either the comfortable, which, 9 to 5 job, you're going to get, you don't get that pressure and anxiety, am I going to pay rent, but it's all kind of standby, it's all one line, there's not really much excitement, at least for me. I admire people that can be happy doing that, sometimes I feel like being so ambitious actually comes with a very big price and a big darkness with it. So it's again trying to find the balance, right? But yeah, I also think when you're very ambitious and you can manifest things and you think ahead and you think big, we live in a society that we're not meant to live like this. And I think they've tried to put us in a box. So I recommend everyone to get outside those dull boxes.
Welcome to another episode of Kaapi with Kiran. Like we promised, we're going to go all around the world, meet people from different walks of life, especially in the food and beverage industry. Bring their stories to you because every single story is inspiring. Every story is different. And you must have seen a bunch of them already released on the channel, but you're going to see more. Today we've got someone really special. I've been chatting with her for the last 1 year, and now she's here in India. We just finished off a beautiful tour with her, and she's none other than Lara Norman of the 5-star chef Netflix fame. And she's absolutely creative, and her work was stunning. And it's amazing to have you here. Lara, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. My heart is full after this trip.
Amazing. So it's been a beautiful journey with you all these days, and your ups and downs and your fun side and the serious side, the fun side. I've seen all of it in this short span. How are you feeling today finally after a few days in India?
Like I said, my heart is full. I've always wanted to go to India. It's always been my dream. My mum used to live down here, so I've always heard about the culture, the colours, the vibrancy, the magic of it. And finally, I had the chance to experience it throughout my work. So thank you.
Yeah. So did you see the magic?
Definitely seen the magic. I've definitely seen the non-magic side in the hospital with an IV drip after ordering a salad. Do not order a salad if you go to a room service.
Yeah, you can look into the camera and say, don't order salad in India.
Don't order a salad in India, that's all I can say.
What else have you learned in India in the short span?
I've learned that there's a method to the madness, and everything seems to work. It's so chaotic but so magical at the same time, and it's a bit like a Jenga, even the traffic, the tuk-tuks, and it's just incredible to really see it in life. There's got a certain energy in the air, India.
Well, life is magic, isn't it?
Life is magic. I've experienced too much of magic to know that.
It's like the solar system, how the planets don't, kind of hit each other.
Exactly. But somehow it works.
It works. Method to the madness. Amazing. So talking about, Lara Norman, what was her life like? How did her life start? What was the journey of her, as a child? And then how did you get inspired to cook? When did you start your journey? Yeah.
I mean, cooking has always seemed to be my happy place, my medicine. The kitchen is where I'm happy, the most happy. And, we used to live, I'm from Ibiza, so we used to live in the middle of the forest. We did a lot of foraging, and my mum always gave me that creative freedom. And I think as a child, it's so important to give a kid that creative freedom and let them get messy. And for me, it was getting messy with ingredients and just find it so fascinating how you go foraging and you get something from the ground, and then you combine all the beauty of Mother Nature and make it into something so special that creates a feeling for people. And I think that's what I've always loved about cooking, creating feelings and creating happiness through the palate.
I saw that in your, your dishes. They had so much of love, and passion. With those plates which came out, like the Baramundi and all that, a lot of people spoke about it. It was beautiful. So tell us more about your childhood. How was your childhood? How, I want to know more about your parents. I want that story. which a lot of people might not know. This is for people of different walks of life.
It's a long story. How long do we have?
Okay.
I mean, I come from a family with artists, and you know, my family always been very creative, very artistic. Again, giving me that creative freedom. We were living in Ibiza until parents separated, and me and my mum went to the north of Spain, and my dad and my brother went to England. So we were separated for a few years, but we were always connected. You know, it never felt like there was a separation. It was some tough few years. I had a bit of a rebel side when I was a bit younger, and I think what really took me out of that dark side, it was cooking. It was my first job cooking very early. Had a chance.
When was the first cooking journey for you?
So I was 14 professionally.
Wow.
All cash in hand, Persian restaurant. And thanks to a teacher, I was actually, again, not very good at school, but I was always very good at practical. And the teacher saw something in me. She helped me get into college very early, so earlier than other students, to just get my health and hygiene diploma so I could start working in the kitchen. And since then, I never looked back. That was finding another family. You know, that's what I love about kitchens. You find the team has your back, and you know, you help each other. It's your little tribe in everywhere you go. And it's been the same as, for example, this cooking tour. We've met so many different chefs at completely different venues every time, but it all works out in the end. We all come together and we all, you know, getting through like a bit of war together.
Yeah.
It's like getting through service, and it's like a video game.
Amazing. Your dad was a musician, I hear.
He still is.
He still is, yeah, of course. What's something which you learned from him? Something interesting?
So many incredible things, and also knowing how much of a smoke and mirrors it all is. You know, you think the fame side, we see it, it's all butterflies, and we all kind of want to chase that in a way, but you can't take that seriously, and you can never take yourself seriously. That's one thing I've learned. And my dad is super humble. He's a musical prodigy, but it's always been so real and authentic, and that's what I always want to be your real self, because that's what people want to see, you know.
Yeah.
And people don't see the behind the scenes, you know. It's like I was doing a cooking tour, people think, oh wow, you're doing a cooking tour, but actually the behind the scenes,
so much hard work.
So much hard work,
Yeah.
absolutely knackered, from town to town, all the traveling. It's not as magic
Going
as
to
all
hospitals.
things. In a hospital.
Me carrying all the luggage.
And that's what
cooking-
people need to see.
Cooking tour manager carrying all the luggage
For you to work, so you've got to work sometimes, Kiran. So
Yeah, I work
for you
all
to
the
work
time. No, but that's I think that's what I saw about your style of cooking. There's so much of magic, there's heart, passion, and so what is your style of cooking? You've obviously cooked for probably now 12 years, 13 years. Yeah, and that, you know.
I'll say
as a
more
profe-
experience in modern European, because I've got trained in Michelin star restaurants, very French background, Mediterranean, Spanish flavors. However, I don't like limiting myself to that. I think the world has so much flavor to offer. Why limit ourselves to one type of cuisine?
Correct.
And the same thing goes in life. Why limit ourselves to one type of skills? It's good to have a direction, but I like to pick in points, like music, right? Why limit ourselves?
100%.
So I like to combine. I think the world has so much flavor to offer. I like to combine all cultures, and again, this is why I love events, because it can get so creative. People can maybe when they want Japanese cuisine, or they want Spanish fusion, or they want something really playful and immersive, and it's kind of combining it all.
What's your favorite ingredient?
Oh, I can't choose one favorite ingredient.
You
It's
have
like, what's
to.
my favorite? Yeah, I can't. What was your favorite ingredient?
My favorite ingredient? I would say meat. I mean,
Yeah, dinner.
lamb probably.
I mean, I love
Protein,
herbs. I think herbs is just bringing spices. How you can't have a good meal without spices. So I think it's all about the layers.
Two herbs. Which could,
One of my favorite herbs is marigold, Peruvian marigold, because it's got such a special flavor and so unique. However, it's not something that I use on a daily basis. So I love salt. Anyone
yeah,
would
me
know
too.
that I love
Yeah.
salt. I cannot live without salt.
Me too. I think. I think the first favorite ingredient is salt.
Yeah, if I was
mean,
born,
every time
I
you're
would
like
be
putting
born with a Malden packet. And Malden, I hope you're seeing that you should sponsor me, because I'm a huge lover of your product.
Okay. So we'll get you some nice Himalayan salt before you go. Go back home to India. I mean, go back to London.
It is like home India.
Are you feeling that already?
I feel like, yes, it's a part, again, I'll come back. It's been a really life-changing experience for me. I've just seen so much as well. India is a country of extremes. You see from the rich, from the poor, and all combined together. And it really, you know, for example, the poor side I would like to tap in. You know, you see, we're so privileged. We're so bloody lucky. We always see it on TV, we see it on shows, but when you see it up front, all these kids, you know, about 3 years old, walking around, trying to make a living already. You know, we complain so much, and in the Western world, this is something we really have to see up and close, because these people have nothing, but they have everything at the same time, and this is something it's really eye-opened me, and I feel really it's been an enriching experience for me. And I come back with, you know, all these little worries we have, and it's
too small, right?
We take ourselves too small.
We take ourselves too seriously.
Too seriously.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to kind of show with my concept. Let's not take ourselves too seriously, you know.
And let's have some fun.
Let's have some fun. Bring the
You
fun
never
to
know when the fun ends.
It should
It's
never
always-
end. I think we should always be a kid.
No, but I'm just saying that it's exciting to see the kind of food you created, the twirls. You know, it is so magical. You know, the small little things, the squidding twirl. It was so nice. You know, though there was that bite would take you 1 minute to eat it. There was so much which went on to it, and the flavors were banging. And that's
Thank you so much.
So, I mean, I think you're a really, really old soul in a very young body. So, probably, you know, there's some story to that in
A
terms
lot of experience.
Yeah,
Maybe too early.
I feel so. So, what's the, you know, what is Lara Norman looking at in the next 10 years? What does she think she wants to do? What is your dream?
My dream is to create a movement with what I'm doing. You know, Euphoria is very much that. It's a bubble to showcase people's talents, to also give opportunities to all the black sheep out there that never felt like they were included, all these creatives that maybe they were told the ideas are too crazy, or that can't happen, or the people that dream big. You know, I want to give an opportunity to that, because I think that's the success of Euphoria, create a movement where we all go together. You know, we can't build a pyramid alone. So this is what the movement's all about. So I'm really excited for that. And it's also really creating a stamp with Euphoria. You know, it's a bit like Cirque du Soleil, where you have different concepts running simultaneously around the world and combining the different cultures within. So it's a bit exciting.
So probably creativity is the core, and everything around it is.
Of course, it has to be a viable business. So that's what I've learned when I've, you know, threw myself in the business world. A young creative, I had no idea.
When did you which year did you throw yourself in business?
So that was in the lockdown. When the world stopped, I kind of utilized that time. You know, chefs can't have too much time off. We go a bit crazy, we have too much time off. So finally I had time to myself and to think what I really wanted to do. You know, I was working in Michelin star restaurants, but it felt a little bit too robotic. Felt like a restaurant was just a bit of the same, and it didn't give me that creative freedom, and that's when Euphoria was born, when I had that time to think. And it's just been ever evolving, I think, with everything, right? You just change it, you try, you tweak. But I'm really excited where we are now. We got some strong chess pieces, and I'm ready to play the game.
Amazing. Who's your you know, most inspiring chef? Who do you learn the most from?
I think my kindred spirit will be Heston Blumenthal, because he's got that curiosity, that exploration. There's too many, but I love Jordi Roca as well. He's got that inner child about him. He's an incredible pastry chef in Spain. And I get a little bit of a black sheep that kind of intruded into the Michelin world, and he made it happen. As I said as well, David Munoz, I'm a huge admirer of. I just love how his brain, his determination and his drive. And Granit Schatz as well, his incredible inspirational story. You know, he had throat cancer and he lost his sense of palate at one point. And you can imagine that as a chef.
Crazy, right?
He was doing all these mood boards and how it's supposed to taste and showing the team. And
Jordi's lost his voice, so
exactly. So I think the people that suffer the most are the ones that inspire me the most.
So I mean, I discovered you. I mean, I'm a Netflix buff, and I keep going through these channels, and I discovered this, you know, amazing chef who's doing some creative stuff on 5-Star Chef. And so, how did you get into the show, and how was that journey? How was the experience?
Well, funny enough, it's been my biggest fear to be in front of a camera. I've actually been offered to do Masterchef twice before that and denied them both because one of them, it was literally when I was launching Euphoria. So I thought, Masterchef can wait, Euphoria can't. So I prioritized that.
Yeah.
And the second time, I just don't know, I backed out. I got a little bit fearful. I didn't want to be in front of the world, And when 5-Star Chef came around, it was pretty interesting because it was a completely new concept. It wasn't as, old school sort of competition format as Masterchef. And they just sent me a message on Instagram. But at that point, I still didn't want to do it. And I thought, because I really don't want to do it, I'm just going to take this call and just promote my video, promote Euphoria, because it's good that it's in that world, So I just took the call and, okay, I'm on to the next call. I'm like, okay, I still really don't want to do it. And then it's like, oh yeah, you put you forward, the Netflix loves you. And I said, oh, fuck, I've got nowhere to hide now, And it was, again, this last few years, it's been about throwing myself in the deep end, doing exactly what I'm super scared of and fearful of. And anyway, we got into the show. It was a massive growth experience. I mean, it was very surreal when you're in something like that and you realize how TV works, really. You can't see TV the same way after you do something like this. It was, when I got off the show, it was like the grand finale, as everyone knows. I had a long year I went into a dark phase of my life because of not just realizing how smoke and mirrors and how fake it all is, but also I'm a person that's always very addicted to chasing, and doing something like that, I thought I feel way more fulfilled than I did. And I was on to the next thing. I forgot to enjoy the journey, as cliche as that sounds. And when the show came out, which was a year later, you're seeing a completely different reality. It's being edited, everyone's got these characters. I kind of felt like I was made look into this gimmick. But what came from that after, it was just not just the opportunities, but incredible people and people that saw through it, people that saw how TV works.
Yeah.
And I'm super grateful for that experience. Will I do another competition again? I'm not sure because I'm not a very competitive person. I'm again very believe in the power of people. I would love to do my own cooking show. Maybe Tim Burton can direct this. I've got some ideas in my mind, but I definitely feel like again I'm not very competitive. Power of people, so I like to showcase different characters in the show and make it really fun, make a unique cooking show.
So I mean, thanks to the cooking show, the show that we met, I would have not. Noticed you. So on that side, I think shows are good because
absolutely
it promotes people.
I encourage
in whichever
everyone
way.
to get themselves into the uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I think getting so what is that which is stopping you to get into the most uncomfortable spaces? Because that's where your growth is. Life is that, right?
You have to suffer. You have to be. You can choose two paths in life. Either the comfortable, which 9-to-5 job, you're gonna get, you don't get that pressure and anxiety. Am I gonna pay rent? But it's all kind of standby. It's all one line. There's not really much excitement. At least for me, I admire people that can be happy doing that. Sometimes I feel like being so ambitious actually comes with a very big price and a big darkness with it. So it's again trying to find the balance, right? But yeah, I also think when you're very ambitious and you can manifest things and you think ahead and you think big, we live in a society that we're not meant to live like this. And I think they've tried to put us in a box. So I recommend everyone to get outside those dull boxes.
So do you think why do you not like competition? Do you like, because I've seen you're always supportive of other people and all of that. So I mean, even I look at life very different. I support everybody, even my peers who are doing similar things because it makes sense, right? Making an inclusive life out of, but everybody isn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so competition is an important aspect. So they have to have a number 1, number 2, number 3. So why is competition an issue in your head?
I'm not sure. Once you're in it, it's fun. It's like a video game, of course. Everyone wants to get to the last bit, to the meta, how we say in Spain. But I don't know, it's just not, I've never been that competitive. Again, I like to support other people. Even in the show, I remember one of the contestants, he wasn't going to make it, and I kind of jumped in and I helped him out because I enjoy, that's what fulfills me the most. Other people.
That's what makes you happy.
Yeah, when other people are doing so good, and I love seeing that. And I think this is why Euphoria means so much to me, because again, it's a bubble to showcase everyone's talents. And when you give an opportunity to a young performer that's not been had an opportunity before, and you see them shine and you see them the journey, you know, that's what fulfills me the most. And I think that comes from my parents a lot.
Probably.
Comes from my family. We've always been, I like to nurture, and I think any chef does. We nurture people, and I like to be a mentor to other young people.
Nice. So what do you do in your what do you do for fun? Forget about cooking now. Let's not talk about what would you want to, if you were given 1 month to just go and chill, because I know you're going to tell me.
I love nature. One thing I do love doing, and I need to do it this year, I've missed it. I love going to foraging trips. We used to go up to Scotland 1 week, no showers, super wild, in the nature, because as chefs, it's always been told to push and go, and it's always that fast paced, especially living in London. But when you're foraging, it's the opposite. The more you stop, the more you look, that's when the more magic you find.
Next time, you should do that.
We should definitely
take do a foraging trip in India.
Well, I wanted to see elephants, so you didn't give me that chance.
Because you're in the hospital.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
And you had a salad, and you're in the hospital.
I did have a salad.
Yeah.
But
and I had to fly and bring you back.
But I'm a very playful character.
Yeah.
I think I love playing. I love being a kid again. I love getting my tribe together. I love brainstorming. I think also I find it very difficult to travel without a purpose. I love going with the flow as well, but this is why I've always prioritized my work, because that's what makes it fun for me. All the networking, all the opportunities, what you're going to get out of that. It's like
but still there's some amount of work involved there, and you have a purpose why you're here. And that's what makes you happy, I might say.
And I love painting. I love getting messy. I love playing with canvas. I love the big colors.
We saw your dessert. The dessert was all like a painting, which is...
And I love when the chefs get involved with that dessert, because they're so not used to
they were all happy. And
they're like this. They're like kids again.
They're so happy and putting everything out there. You brought the best out of the chefs, for sure.
Thank you so much. The chefs were amazing to work with, and they worked so hard, the guys. And yeah, I'm super grateful.
Yeah,
to share the kitchen with them.
Yeah. How was it for you to work with my team at World?
What a team, I must say. It was full of not just drive, passion, but care. When people care, this is what I say, it doesn't matter if you're an artist for everything. You can just blend in, and when you just care, yes, you might make one mistake or two, but you're transmitting the energy into the food they're doing, so it's going to taste good. They can learn, they can tweak things, but they just cared so much. And for me, that means the world when other people carrying on your project.
Amazing. Which is your favorite city in India among with the few days you spent here and there? You can just pick up one, of course.
Okay, so we started with New Delhi, then we went to Hyderabad, then Bangalore, and
Bangalore, of course, yeah.
But I must say my favorite so far, I didn't get much chance to see others, and then Kolkata as well, don't forget. My favorite must have been Bangalore, the ones I've seen.
Yeah, I think you're just saying it because I'm from Bangalore.
No, I don't care about you. But Bangalore, it's got a certain charm to it. I don't know. They all do. They're all very unique in its different ways. But I don't know, I felt it was very special, Bangalore. I felt really at home there, besides when I ate that salad. Things started changing. Things turned real quick.
I'm quite surprised to hear that it's Bangalore, because that's where you fell sick.
And it was my favorite hotel as well. I was very upset.
You don't want to say hotel?
No, anymore.
Let's not talk about the hotel.
Let's not talk about it.
Okay. So what's next for Lara? Where are you headed, and what is your next plan? In terms of professional plan. Of course, you're going to build Euphoria. Or what else? What's next for you?
So for me, mainly my priority is that, I've made a promise to myself that I have to say no to a lot of projects now and really just prioritize full focus on Euphoria. I have to, find the right base, the right creative sanctuaries. We were doing the immersive experiences, different locations. The logistics were pretty insane. The new generators, we use the spaces like churches, old
Yeah.
churches. So, you know, the setup is 10 times more difficult. So
Course,
we
yeah.
now need our base, our creative sanctuary. It's not going to be a restaurant. It's going to be a venue that with different offerings, a creative sanctuary for menus, where we offer as well some supper clubs with a flavour of Euphoria for the people that maybe can't afford or can't make it to the euphoric experience. So that's my biggest priority. And once that's set up, then again, take it in a way that you have different sort of concepts running simultaneously. Another exciting project I will be working with is for Dita Vintis and the West End, where they're going to be opening a big theatre venue where I'm going to be doing the culinary experience. That's going to be running under my name.
Amazing.
But, you
Where
know,
is this in Ibiza?
That's going to be in London.
London, okay.
That's going to be in London, so definitely you should come check it out.
I'm going to come for sure.
A lot of creatives, and it's incredible to work with proper theatrical,
Amazing.
you know, professionals
Like
and
Sat the
experts.
Soul. It's similar to Sat the Soul.
Yeah, with such an iconic person as Dita Vintis, and the people involved are amazing. So.
Tell me more. Tell me about your brother.
My brother, I hope he's seen
We've
this.
had such good laughs about him, speaking about him.
He's such a genius, my brother. I can't
Yeah.
even tell you. He's been my biggest inspiration, one of my biggest. I always look up to. It makes me really emotional when I talk about him because he's worked so hard, he's suffered so much because the biggest geniuses, they always do. You know, it's a dark
Always.
place.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for him. You know, he's been working on the show Land of Limbo, so tune in for that. He's about to pitch it. He is a genius for everything. His name is Jack, and he's a jack of all trades.
Wow.
You know, he really.
No,
is.
but trust me, geniuses, it's difficult for them to put their ideas out there because a genius will only see, I mean, the others can't see a genius. So it takes some time, but once they hit it, they make it big.
That's the thing. He's like a Jimmy Carrey, and I always said if he would have got discovered too young, it would have been beneficial.
Probably.
Because the ego, you know, you have to suffer to get to that big book.
Yeah.
Because when he makes it, he makes it. He could be the perfect new Joker. To give you an example, who Jack is.
Oh my God! Wow.
He's a
Is
script
he an
writer. He's a
actor?
director. He's an actor. He's a fucking genius, a creative. And we're massively involved. We work a lot together. You know, he's my mother's Mad Hatter I could ever ask for, and he's
I'm
also
excited
family
to work
affair.
with him.
Yeah. We'll bring him through.
We're going
We'll
to
bring
do a
the whole
show
tribe.
together, all of us. Yeah, that's
You'll
going to
be
be
part of the show as well. You're going to be part of Land of Limbo.
Okay. I
You're gonna make
charge.
that. You're already a character. We've been laughing so much, guys. He's been a real pleasure to work with you. Is that?
So it is super fun chatting with you, and I think this is probably the first time I feel like I have a family member I'm chatting with.
Likewise, really like a
And
brother.
We've really had some amazing hermana. I know Spanish as well.
Yeah, I'm teaching him.
Yeah.
A bit Mexican sometimes.
Yeah, because I've been hanging out with a lot of Mexicans.
No, really, seriously,
Okay.
thank you so much to you, to World on a Plate, for making
Yeah.
this happen, because I cherish this for the rest of my life. I bring not just incredible experience that I feel rich of, but also friends. Like I said, you know, the chefs, we're already thinking and brainstorming about future collaborations and bring India to London as well. We've got some
100%.
special concepts coming up.
We will, sure. And what do we say to say goodbye?
And thank you. Well, thank you for bringing the magic back home with me. And thank you to India for the colours, for the vibrancy, for making me feel so at home.
Amazing. So this is not the first.
Dhanyavad.
This is Dhanyavad. That's what I was going to say.
I've been trying to get him to teach me more, but
I've taught you all the bad language.
yeah,
but you don't want to
can't
take
say
that
that
back.
here.
Just take the magic back from India. So happy Diwali, because it's the season of lights,
Diwali.
and so you take home a lot of love from us and take it back to your parents, and we're so happy to have you.
thank you so much. And I'll be back. You can't get
Adios.
rid of me that easy.
Amigo, see you soon.
Amigo, namaste. Thank you so much.
Bye bye. Cheers. See you guys on the next one.